Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the wonderful Chapter 20, at the show where we just keep moving to the right. We keep moving to the right. And we get surrounded by wyverns every step of the way. This is only turn 3, I think. Turn 4, okay. Yeah, turn 4, still. It's a slow-moving chapter. And we're trying our best to level up Corben and Sia and Ben and Liren. Considering using Yue, because I know he's good, because he's literally the only shaman you get. And there's a spell Munio, which gives you plus 25 defense, 25 resistance. And of course we all know how broken Luna is in Fire Emblem 7. And it's still broken, believe me. Speaking of broken, Air Caliber doesn't work against wyverns, so it's pointless that I bought like 4 copies. I would say Howard's strength is a little lacking, but it's not. The truth is, these Wyvern Riders just all have 14 defense and are freaking insane. How much damage does Liren deal? 7 times 2. Yeah, so if I weaken him with Howard, I can get the kill pretty easily with Liren. How many wyverns am I putting her in range of if I do that, though? I'm putting her in range of that Wyvern Knight. Or Wyvern Lord, rather. So I can't do that. Ooh, nice 3% crit. Liren may be fragile, but she's showing us just how much she wants to still be part of the group. Go, Liren! I'm honestly surprised I've gone this freaking long without a physics staff. I really, really want just to have a freaking physics staff. Is that too much to ask? And again, this is the last promise, so that might be too much to ask. I might have even missed one in a secret shop somewhere, and if I did, I'm really saddened by that. The power is within you, so let's keep going. Ooh, getting one shot by Air Caliber. Nice. 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 Okay, who needs healing? Nana needs healing. Did Karina need healing? Well, a heal broke. Ben really needs healing. And this puts Emma in range of the Wyvern Lord, but that's fine. Just put Kellic with the... yeah, that's fine. Kellic with the Lance Reaver and taking the forest. Making this guy attack a lot of people, turns out. Let's just do that. I hate... So here's a problem that I have with this map design. Aside from it being just way too long. I understand what you're going for with a mountain pass, but why do you have to fill it with forests? It makes dealing with the wyverns a lot easier in terms of... Who's going to drop the iron sword? No axe users on this entire map. Like, I get that it makes dealing with the wyverns a lot easier for your ground units, but my problem is that it slows everyone else to an incredible crawl. No one can move basically at all. Aside from your own flyers, which don't get the benefit from the terrain. If you had occasional terrain that you could stop in, that would be one thing. Like, if you had, like, this jut out here with the ballista, but instead of having the ballista, you had the forest in here, that would be a good spot for me to say, okay, I can pull up here, use these forests, take out some wyverns, then move forward. But instead, the forests are all along the middle, so I can't even move forward very effectively. I just have to slowly crawl my way forward, one step at a time. Which, while certainly not a bad thing, it's not the worst thing in the world, it's still annoying. It still has its moments of annoyance and frustration. Well, that's a nice weakening. Ben can get this kill. Or Karina can just crit and steal it. I guess Ben and Liren will have to find their kills elsewhere. And Karina's still not getting spectacular levels. Isn't that spectacular? Come on, Liren, hit the bishop. Yeah, and it makes the ground truth more threatening as well because they have forests to stand in. Except not as much, too, because they, again, are limited in their movement. Wow, Liren's first 2-stat level up ever since her single hit point level up a couple chapters ago. How far can you move? Not too far. Burn, burn! It's Blaine, not Burn, but whatever, that was a horrible joke. Oh, I did have an Iron Lance. Whoops! Oh well. Corben's gonna get this kill anyway. He's almost 19, I think. He's 18 right now. Yeah. I might just promote pretty soon. You know who I'm really worried about? His name starts with Wyvern and ends with Rider with Steel Lance. I mean Silver Lance. I can't even get that. Wow, this is going well. Very verbose. Here, take this amulet. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. If positioned here, Ben should be fine. And he's getting the support, so that should be okay. Cover Liren with Kellic. Now everyone else continues their slow process of moving through the forest. I mean, admittedly, this is one of the other reasons why Kevin is useful. Because there's so much terrain that slows all your horses down that Kevin can still somewhat keep up. It's not the best way for making a general be able to keep up with horse units, but it works, kind of. Yeah, Silver Lance enemies, I guess they've started to make an appearance earlier, Silver Lance non-promoted enemies start showing up here in force. By in force, I mean just often enough to make you freak out. Oh, we can fire this guy. How close does that bring us to promotion? Ooh, almost. Almost. Almost to 19. Sia's interesting because she's at a point where she no longer chips, she just kills. I really should have put on the Iron Lance anyway, because then he would have doubled. Or I guess, wait, no. Did he double with the Steel Lance? He'd have to have doubled with the Steel Lance to deal that much damage. Speaking of almost 19... Wow, that does give me 3 attack. Oh yeah, because he's... you know what I'm trying to say. Ben is Anima Affinity. So the support with Emma gives him 3 attack. In addition to all its other wonderful bonuses. Nice crits! I don't have to worry about 2 crits in a row. Okay then, Amulet. Let's calm it down a little bit, cool your jets. Here, have this Elysian Whip. Thought it went up that time, never mind. This guy's range. He only has a steel sword. That's actually... Wait, is it fine? 12 speed. 15 speed minus 13 speed. Okay. Lyran's fine, just had to double check. We'll build that support while I'm at it. Because why not? I'm having to move slowly anyway. That's another thing about Fire Emblem in general. When you have to move slowly through a map, might as well make slightly suboptimal movements to help build your supports. It takes about 1 turn longer on average. If you're slowing down by 1 square, it takes 1 or 2 extra turns. But you're building supports all along the way. So if you don't particularly care about a super low turn count, then this strategy works fine. Ben should get enough experience to level up just by chipping this guy because he's promoted. There you go. And now Ben is level 20. I can't wait to get those sweet Wyvern Lord promo gains. Come on, Inanna. Can anyone do any meaningful damage to this guy? Pretty sure Corben can. Okay, how many wyverns are going to ambush me if I move forward with Karina? None? Okay. Okay, then I'll actually do that. Again, I don't know what that music's from. I'm pretty sure it's all taken from somewhere else. Most of it is. But it's nice, it's not bad. Corben will deal 8. 6 plus 6 plus 8 is definitely a kill. Yeah, we're not doing that. Not even gonna consider it seriously. Okay. Nice chips. Corben gets the kill, which should put him about halfway into level 19. Okay, a third of the way. Corben level defense, what is this? What world am I living in? Corben, is your class fighter? Because you have over 40 hit points, and only 9 defense. Corben's approaching 50 hit points. That's how insane that is. How beefy he is. Except with only 9 hit points, it's not a whole lot he can do still. And this is why, even though Sai is really good for this map because of all the wyverns, it's hard to use him. Because he's so slow, you need to ferry him forward with flyers. But at which point you're putting the flyers in range, and he can't stop on the cliffs because he's not a brigand or berserker, he's just a fighter. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes this game is a bit of a jerk. But then again, we learned that in Siegfried's Tale, where you would get Inanna, and the next chapter would be full of nomads. You would get Kevin, and the next chapter would be full of mages. Huh, no strength, no defense. I guess I forgot about that. But everything else is really good, so now he has 13 resistance, 21 Ben is about to cap speed. Can I just say that much? Can I put him in a place that he can't be healed? I am very smart. Very SMRT today. But the power is within you, so gotta move on. Surprisingly good level up for Anakin, too bad it doesn't matter. Man, can no one chip this guy reasonably? I mean, Kellic could, but he's just gonna crit. Might as well just get Corben the experience now for chipping. 7 more points than he would have gotten otherwise. Yep, and there's the crit. 8 hits and then the click back into a silhouette. Very, very much overkill on the rule of cool. We're like, hey, what would be cool? And we're not going to filter any of this, we're just going to, whatever we think is cool, we're going to put it in, because Kellic. And because he deserves to be cool, because we say he deserves to be cool. It might sound like I'm giving too much hate on it. It's actually fine, I think, to have a character who you just pour a little too much overkill into coolness into, or your idea of coolness rather. It turns him into, like, the way they did it turns him into total edgelord. But I think that's fine. I think that people hate on edgelords just because they're edgelords. I don't think it's particularly good writing-wise. I think Kellic's kind of a jerk, and I don't really like his writing. But I can't necessarily fault them entirely for, you know, for what Kellic is, because, I mean, he's obviously inspired by other works. And if you're going to blame Kellic for what he is, you pretty much have to blame the other works for what they are too. I'm not saying you should give him a free pass, definitely not. But just in examining things, you need to examine the whole of what they are, not just selectively choose what to hate on. If it's, you know, it was inspired by this, but this did it so much better, and here's why, then sure, plainly, you can give that. And I think that's very valid feedback. It's very valid feedback to say, well, this was inspired by this, but it didn't do it well. That's fine as well. I just think that everyone says, oh, Kellic's such an edgelord, without considering why he's an edgelord and where that inspiration's coming from. And I need to move Lyrin, otherwise she's going to get completely wrecked by everyone. And Tamako still can't move, because these are both forests. That's what it was. Okay. Okay then, sure. Forest, forest, fort. I'll just slow down movement as much as possible, shall we? The power is within you. It's gonna move on. And as soon as the land opens up and you have the freedom to move around, bam. Promoted wyvern lords, cavaliers, a sniper with a bloody rifle. Granted, the sniper's not going to hit worth crap, but it's still something to take note of and be careful of. If I stick to the forest, I should be okay. Just gotta lure these guys out slowly. Oh, nice, Howard. Howard is like the perfect amount of strength and everything else to chip these guys down to feed for the rest of my units. He's like a mid-game Jaken. Like, Howard is Percival, and arguably better Percival. That's how good Howard is. That's how frustrated I was that I didn't promote him when I looked up after the fact. Oh, I guess I missed not promotion, recruitment. I guess I missed a recruitment. Because he's so good. And look at good. Lyrin is getting defense. Lyrin is getting a defense. This is wonderful news. This is why the bloody rifle is dangerous, or more specifically, this is why this sniper is dangerous. He has 22 strength, he has a weapon with 30 crits, he has 17 skill. This sniper is incredibly dangerous. He's terrifying. Okay, so I'm pretty much skirting the edge of his range right now. I want him to attack and miss, which is why I'm not moving forward Kellic out of a forest. Because we all know that Kellic's going to get... If I give Kellic the chance to get hit by a 20 to 30%, he's going to take it. And if that also means probably getting crit, he's probably going to get crit too. But the power is within you. What's this guy's speed though? 15? Yeesh, he can take out Siegfried in a single crit. Why is this sniper so freaking strong? Bothers me. This bothers me. Well, Howard, better get good at dodging, because you're gonna need to. Okay, that leaves that Cavalier weak enough for Corben to step up and take him out. Howard? Howard, don't become the next Kellic. Don't take Kellic's luck. My hands are off the controls. I'm just holding my head and... Okay, Howard's safe. Howard is safe. Now time to figure out how to murder this sniper. He also has good defense, too. This sniper's the true boss. Okay, I mean, the boss is a threat. The boss is... okay, now that I'm looking at the boss's stats, the boss is literally insane. And he has 1-2 range. But this sniper, man! What? Who thought this was a good idea? And I've just given him a forest, too. I mean, he started on a forest. But still. Why? Why does this sniper exist and have to be so strong? Like, this is the way you do a sniper boss. Sniper mini boss, more like... Come on, Sia. Sia, don't be like that. Didn't even gain hit points. Just with you. But we will now see the power of supports. Unless Kellic just crits twice. Okay, only once. So you saw before, I think Karina was dealing 12 damage. Feast the power of the Karina Kellic Affinity Fire support in the Last Promise. 18 points of damage, plus 6 attack. With plus accuracy and plus crit. And some plus dodge and avoid as well. It gets everything. And plus 6 damage is insane. So yes. Yes, Karina Kellic is my favorite support, purely for gameplay reasons. Nothing else. I think it's kind of boring. I think they just talk about stuff. It fleshes out their character as far as... I wouldn't say fleshes out, it reinforces their character, who each person is. That's about it. Oh yeah, I forgot, I had already promoted Ben, so he kills. Wonderfully. Masterfully done. I'm yawning. I've been at this map for, I guess not too long. 14 speed. 14 speed. Okay, so as long as I'm not getting slowed by 4 by my weapon, Iron Lance, I shouldn't get any slowed at all. It's that spread, right? Yes, it is. Okay. And this guy has a Delphi shield, so let's prepare the ambush. And also heal Corben. Da, 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 da. Level 4. Still no gain in defense, but gaining everything else. I guess no luck gains as well. This is very weird, because most games have high luck on their healers. The Last Promise decides, you know what, we're not going to do that. We're going to have deliberately low luck on our healers. Because we can. And the power is within you. Go Howard, get healed. Wait a second. You have a spear. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. You have a support with Sia? That must be a really fast support. Either that or the A rank they just, the C rank they just start with. Alberic, this will be over soon. Calm down. Huh? Who's Alberic? My horse, Lady Sia. His name is Alberic. Oh, right. Sorry about that, then. Don't worry, my lady. I hope not to be offensive. No, you weren't being offensive at all. In fact, I should be saying sorry. I was being a bit rude. You've done nothing wrong. It's all right. All right. Lady Sia, you look so sad. What is wrong? Nothing. Nothing at all. Your eyes are starting to tear. Tears? Oh, please. It's nothing. Please. I need to go. Lady Sia. Interesting. Wonder what that's all about. So without reading any of the other supports, my immediate guess is that Alberic is the name of her brother or something. I don't know. I guess we might find out if I ever get the B and A supports. Oh, come on, Kellic. Kellic, you insist on not dodging. That's a bad thing to insist on. I beg of you, please get better at dodging attacks that you should, in all reasonable circumstances, be able to dodge. I beg of you, Kellic. Karina, don't you start at 2. I guess when this game says 20%, it really means 90%. But I've missed so many 90%, so... I mean, it's not surprising to miss those anymore. Sia, maybe Sia should have gone up. No, because it's hard enough to deal with these. That Wyvern Rider right there. I might just want to... Speed, you have 14, okay, so you can't double anyway. Good to know, good to know. UA still can't get into fighting range of anyone. Good to know. Kevin can damage this guy, and then I think Howard should be able to... Howard, Kellic, and Karina should be able to wrap up this Wyvern Lord. A little motivation, Sia. I think she only hits this guy once. No, she doubles. She doubles. Why am I worried about her not doubling? Of course she doubles. She's Sia. Much as Lyran would like that kill, Sia will cap if I give her this kill. So let's hope she can hit 2 81%. And there she does it. Ding! Level up Sia. Well, you capped speed at least. That's something. Delphi shields. Why am I carrying around Thunder if I have Air Caliber with me? Give the Delphi shield to Inanna. I'll just see if this guy has Javelin. Okay, that guy will actually hit that square. Good to know. But before I move Ben, I should kill this guy. Oh, that. I was prepared for Howard to just get hit by that 15%. Howard is... I guess Howard's not alone. Everyone in my army has been doing that. Everyone. So I shouldn't be surprised. Is that some crit chance in the enemy? Yeah, I forget, because Ben's luck is freaking low. So without his support, he is going to get crit by just about every weapon that has an 8 crit chance. Huh. Well, the game lagged a little bit there to add a little dramatic tension before the spear missed. Shake my head, roll my eyes. Strength, skill, and defense. Okay, Karina is no longer at 12 defense. I think that's the first level up she's ever gained defense on. No, because Wyvern Lord promo gains don't give defense, do they? I know she starts with 10, I think. And then gets... Then she got 12 when she promoted. Unless I'm completely wrong, and... I could be very wrong. I don't know if promo gains are by class or by unit. And that's something that I'm unsure about. Speaking of unsure, I'm not sure Yue can actually take a lance to the face, so I'm not gonna tempt fate. Is there anyone who could use healing? Oh, Karina definitely wants healing. There we go, that's that turn. We should really be finishing up in just another 3 to 4 turns. I would say 2 to 3, but I know the boss fight's gonna take a little bit. Especially if I'm trying to be careful and not risk losing units if I don't have to. Because have you seen the boss's stats? 20 defense, 15 resistance, I don't have an archer. Apparently Air Caliber is not effective against him. Sia, get your promotion and get it now. And get it good. The silver gray color on the cape is actually pretty cool. I actually like that. Not bad promo gains. Sia's not quite the nuke she was. She's no Lilina. But her speed's amazing, so that's not nice. That's something nice. Itsuke is the one who's turning into a nuke, and that's surprising me, because he was the slightly more defensive Majorino last time. I used them both, and they both turned out fantastic, so I'm not putting either of them down. Corben, Corben, Corben. Ooh, wow. Let you promote today. Shall we? Da 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 da. Bum 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 bum. Pretty decent gains. 2 defense will help out a lot. Axes will help out a lot, even if they're just E rank. Mastery over the weapon triangle. I mean, let's just compare Corben with Howard right now. Howard has more speed, more defense and resistance. But they're tied on strength. Corben has a lot more luck, and Corben has, well, I guess 2 angelic robes worth more hit points, so that's not really a factor based on his growths. But still quite good nonetheless. I just want to see how Yue fares. Not the best. Not the best, shall we say. Gonna have to be a little careful with him. He doesn't have the insane speed that my other mages do. I think that's the reason why I didn't use Yue, because I'd used both Itsuke and Sia in my last run. And because they both turned out so good, I didn't really have room for another mage. Even if it's just another blaster. Because he has lower speed, so he doesn't double, and in fact he gets doubled. Whereas my mages were at the time, and are now, at this time, doubling everything under the sun. Not to say Yue is a bad unit, by no means. He actually has really good bases, decent growths. All around, he's actually an awesome unit. And you're only dark magic user, which means you're only Luna user. Interesting, because Yue in... is it Chinese or Japanese? Something like that, either Chinese or Japanese. Yue means moon. So you kill people with the moon using the Luna spell, which is the moon. How wonderful. And how evasive and tanky Emma is. 20 speed, 13 defense. I mean, it's not tanky, but for a troubadour, delightful. Yeah, UA really relies on that amulet to help him get good hit rates. Even without it, he still has decent rates. Okay, so we have a Silver Lance General to worry about. Silver Lance Halberdier. So Halberdier has a Javelin. Spear General. I think we're done with flying enemies. Okay, so who can lure out the Silver Lance General? I nominate Ben. Ella gets healing. And Karina can move in as well. Why not? It's fun. Okay, nothing really interesting to do over there. Moving on up. Man, the Inanna Laren support is surprisingly slow for Pegasus Sisters. Oh my goodness. This guy's defense. I will say one thing about this game. They knew how to make threatening enemies. First that sniper, now this general. This game is pulling no punches now. Everything hits like a truck. And a physics staff bishop, just for good measure. The general also has 9 resistance, so not terrible there either. You pretty much need mages or hammers to take this guy out reasonably quickly. Or I guess you need a unit like Mycelic with his Karina support and +6 damage thereby. I mean, I want to just take that, but I know that's a horrible idea. So I'm going to move Siegfried just so... Actually, could Laren possibly get this? She could. But do I want Laren or Yue to get the kill more? Laren can get the kill on that wyvern rider. I think. And it's gonna be tricky, but she can. I think. Yeah, I just have to do some magic with Corben. Speaking of magic, he doesn't even get hit. Isn't that wonderful? Yep, and now Laren with a Steel Lance should be fine to get this kill. Steel Lance Pegasus Knights. Not bad XP though. Not bad EXP. And Yue can fight from the forest. And there's a full level up for him. Let's see how good his stat gains are. Well, he's gaining speed. He's gaining resistance. Still no more supports. That's peak. Okay. Just had to double check that that was a peak and not a floor tile. Otherwise, the halberdier would probably kill Laren. Emma heals Ben. Everyone's happy. And we're finally getting close to the end of this map. Man, I was questioning my decision at first to cut this into 2 parts. But my goodness, I'm glad I did, because there's just no way I would be able to reasonably do this in a single part. I don't want Corben to get attacked by everyone. I think that could be a problem. Howard's defense is alright. Itsuke can take... Wait, no, that's the Silver Lance Halberdier. I gotta be careful with that guy. Wait, that guy's a Silver Lance. I hope I didn't just kill Howard. And that guy is a spear. Whoops. Okay. How can we solve my problem without causing further issues? We might not be able to. So let's rescue and run. Because this was not my smartest decision. How the heck am I supposed to assault this area? I guess Kellic with the Lance Reaver should be fine. Yeah, that should be fine. It's okay to take anyone. Nope, can't even take Sia. Wonderful, I've just wasted even more moves. But Lance Reaver Kellic with the Karina support. I was going to put him in the forest, then I realized the Karina support would be better for him. Maybe these guys aren't as scary as I thought, but after that sniper, I'm taking no risks. Take no chances, I say. Chance not that ye be not wrong and dead. Really tempted to just early promote Itsuke right now, but no. And no real reason for saying no, just because I'm not. Oh man, that soldier had a ton of hit points. But Kevin just barely takes him out in one round with the hand axe. And gains a surprising amount of experience as well. And Emma is hurt. Let's heal her up. Who's Karina carrying Howard? Yes, okay. I don't really want to move anyone else up because I'm too afraid of the potential for instant death here. Kevin's massive defense pool comes in very handily, though. And as does Kellic's support, plus Lance Reaver, plus massive speed. Does he also have bomb supports from other units too? This avoids freaking 72 right now. That is amazing. 72 avoid on a GBA unit. I guess Air Caliber is just better Thunder without the 5% crit. Dun, 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 dun. How dead would I be? Not totally dead. The power is within you. Not totally dead, and then Yue might be able to get the kill. And even if Yue misses and gets hit, he's still not dead. And if he misses, then someone else, I'm sure, can come in and get the kill. Always have backup plans to the backup plans. This is the lesson we learned with Ash. Have backups for the backups. This is also a lesson you learn in XCOM. Always have a plan for what to do when the shot misses. Not if, when. Because XCOM. Never anticipate success for all your actions. Because even when your rifle is in the face of a sectoid, you still might only have a 65% shot chance. 65% chance, 65% shot, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. The bishop is dead. Now all that's left, provided reinforcements don't spawn from these forts, which I'm very much expecting. Ooh, nice level up again. Strength and defense. What is your class again? Pegasus Knight? With that strength? I am very happy with how those level ups have been. But now it is time to see just how stupid a boss can be. I honestly think we're just gonna have Kellic take him on, but we're gonna have Zane attack first because I don't trust Kellic's ability to dodge 20% attacks. Even when supported by all his friends. All one of them. Ooh, Sia can work on staff rank. Staff EXP may be quick, but I think weapon EXP is slow. E rank seems to be passing decently quickly. Still gonna take a while, certainly. General Zane, I've heard much about you. Levion told me stories of how he trained you in your youth. I do not know where you obtain your information. However, no Magnian would be related to Sir Levion. Your attempts to get my guard down will not work. It seems my words have fallen on deaf ears. General Zane, I wanted to test your strength just once. I never wanted it to be this way. Oh, he dodged the 34. Nice. Pop, pop. And crit. GG, Kellic wins. No, 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 no. I can't afford to die here. Not yet. What about Blaine? It's king. It's people. Your Majesty, forgive me. And that's a full level for Kellic. I was worried about that boss, and then I realized I have a Kellic with Karina support. And killing the boss ends the chapter. General Zane, can you hear us? Such a huge misunderstanding. This whole battle caused you to attack us. And the Naruto music is playing again. Sieg, calm down. Lower your voice. Magnus caused this. So sorry. Posed as rebels and attacked us. We assumed you were those same rebels. Now I see this was just more of their plan. Unbelievable. It's beyond them. Made a big mistake. Please forgive me, rebels. This is the flashback. Members of Solemn's Rebellion, we are here. So you've come, thank you most kindly. I am General Siegfried, leader of this army. I am Leopold. I have come to represent His Majesty, in place of General Zane, who is currently occupied. Oh, please send my condolences to the General and His Majesty. I'm quite glad you'd come to this mountain pass as arranged. Condolences. It's not the proper word unless you're deliberately saying that that someone's dead or going to die. Indeed. Now you wish to discuss the ongoing war with Magnus, correct? That won't be necessary. I've already made arrangements. What? Arrangements? For your demise, that is. Say your prayers as you are buried beneath rubble, like the filthy inferior beings you are. Sir, we've been tricked. Boulders from the mountain are falling down into the valley. It's a trap set by Magnus. Opposed as rebels and are using magic to create tremors. At this rate, we'll be crushed before we escape. Can no one be trusted? Most of our soldiers here aren't mounted. We won't make it. Only our wyvern riders were here. Looks like I'm alone. Mark. Yep, very angry. And understandably so. Don't worry about that right now. This is all Magnus' fault to begin with. Southeast of here, beyond the forest. Is a pathway and a fortress. No matter what, you must protect the king. I can't believe this. I won't accept this. How many people have I met that could succumb to this fate? It had to be done. What are you talking about? This could have been completely avoided. It may have been tragic and a misunderstanding, but ultimately to defeat Magnus, there was no other way. Siegfried, what's wrong with you? Have you lost all reason? General Zane didn't want this. He fought Magnus for so long, only to be killed by the people that he'd hoped would arrive to help him. It's enough, Anakin. Everyone's had enough for today. Sean is crying, soldiers are tired and collapsed. Everyone's in a bad mood and General Zane must be buried. Tomorrow we have to find the king. If we don't, Zane's spirit may never be able to rest. Yep, there we go. That's chapter 20. We have a not traditional Camus, or Camus, in terms of, well, it's a knight who's fighting for his lord who has to be killed, but instead of it just being for honor and for respect, like Howard would have been a Camus, but he's actually recruitable, it's because he was tricked. So I kind of like that twist. I kind of appreciate it. It's something different. It's something that, I mean, maybe Fire Emblem's done in the past. I'm sure it probably has, but it's something Fire Emblem doesn't do nearly as often as the traditional Camus or Camus, so I appreciate it. Oh my goodness, the writing. My complaint is not that it's bad in this case. My complaint is that it's way too much. It was 25 minutes before I was able to finally start this chapter, and only like 2 or 3 of those were in battle preparations. Way too much. Brevity is the soul of wit, as they say. If you can use less words to say the same things, use less words. This is the biggest example of just... Ugh. And if you're gonna have a big lore dump, try to space it out so it's not all at once. I understand the need to give these things to tell, oh, this is happening, and this is happening, and this is happening. And yes, Fire Emblem as a whole does this, but you don't need to do it all at once. Sacred Stones did it great. They popped back to Grado every other chapter and did a little bit here, a little bit there. They didn't spam you with every action of every single general every time. Now, granted, they had a route split to work with, but still, that is way too much writing all at the start of one chapter. That's my biggest complaint about the writing of this chapter. The gameplay itself, again, you heard me talk about this. Why do you have so many forests right through the middle, which only really serve to slow down motion and don't really help? Like, some forests are good. They're strategic to use. Too many forests like this just become a hindrance. And it's certainly not the last time we're going to see that in TLP, and it's not the first time. I think the rain chapter was a little more egregious, but this chapter was egregious too because it was 3 screens long of this crap. So it took about the same amount of time, if not more. Threatening enemies popping up. Like, this is how you do threatening pre-promotes. That sniper, despite his really low accuracy, is basically a roulette. If he crits you, you're dead. No question. Only Kevin can survive a crit from that sniper, and I think Kevin would get doubled. Your average Kevin would get doubled, not my freaking blessed Kevin. Um, General and the Halberdiers near the end, also really good. I appreciate the threat of the enemies. Even the Wyvern Riders were spaced out decently enough, so that way you could pull one or two at a time, but the rest would still move towards you when you pulled one. I don't know. I appreciated the map design in that aspect. I appreciated the unit design and unit placement. The map as a whole could use some work. But anyway, I've been rambling on, giving my thoughts on this for the last little bit. I think you get the point. Anyway, it's time that I get out of here. Thanks so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Leave a comment on what you thought about the map, what you thought about the writing. Let me know if you want me to continue splitting up these 2-hour videos into separate videos, or if you want me to try and combine them. I can. It's just, I don't know if anyone wants to sit through 2 hours at a time, but whatever. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. This is Mythos Zenith signing out.